Welcome. I've just done 12 hours of Vale Totems. My objective was to get the fletching knife and a fully stacked bowstring spool. If you don't know, the bowstring spool holds up to 100,000 bowstrings, making it ideal for idle stringing as a profitable crafting method. But unique unlocks are not the only thing Vale Totems is great for. The XP rates are truly outrageous, while to my surprise, still making a tidy profit. Vale Totems is a loot skilling circuit in Valemort where you can build and decorate totems, and then collect offerings from visiting Ents. Each totem requires 1 log plus 4 fletched items that match that log. There are 8 fixed totem spots, laid out in a big ring with 2 banks on the path. So the rhythm becomes as simple as bank, build, decorate, and then repeat. To get in, you just need a level 20 fletching and access to Valemort. Then you just do the quick mini quest with Ranulf, and this acts as the tutorial. Here's the core loop. First, run to the site whilst fletching, build the totem using the log, carve it into the 3 nearby spirits, and decorate it with the 4 fletched items to match your log tier. When you build, you get a 15% run energy boost, and when you're travelling between spots, if you check on the beautiful sites while there's an Ent looking at it, you'll get an extra 20% energy. This means if you have lower agility levels or lack graceful, you can keep up on the run. You'll also see Ent trails on the ground. Step on these markers to prime double offerings at the next totem that Ent visits. The loop is designed to literally be able to fletch while running between the sites, which is why this method scales really well with attention. Do note that Ent trails, they look to reset when you step on one. This is a visual lie, I can confirm it took me a while to figure that one out, but try to keep track of which Ent has left what trail, and when you're free to do so, step on each one to maximise the amount of offerings you're getting. For equipment, you'll benefit from having full graceful, but as mentioned before, it's not essential. You'll want to bring a knife to fletch logs on the run, and ideally bring a log basket. This is huge as you can skip the midway bank. If you're also itching for some extra efficiency, bring some high alching runes, for some of the runs have no fletching in them, so my RSI boys can be really happy with this. I don't recommend the use of stamina pots unless you're really suffering from the walkinitis. Once you've done the route a couple of times, it becomes second nature. I recommend following the tile markers set out by the OSRS wiki page. I've also pasted the markers in the description for easy importing. Now start with the north bank and go clockwise. I did try anti-clockwise, but it's much harder to activate the Ent's blessings this way. There are 2 agility shortcuts. I recommend evaluating whether you need to use them or not, as you can't fletch while using them. The first shortcut is from the starting totem to the second, requiring 45 agility. The second is near the midpoint, needing 25 agility. If you don't meet the agility checks, then the bridges are fine. You'll just need to run slightly longer. Either way, always try to be fletching whilst moving, so you can arrive with decorations ready. Log choice is simple. Use the best you have available to you. The only decision to be had is at 90 fletching, and if you're fletching on the run. Redwood, as you can see me use here, requires the use of hiking staffs. These offer a low amount of XP, making fletching magic bows around 10% higher XP rates than using redwood. However, redwoods can be visited one more time by the Ents, leaving some breathing space on the loop and giving you more offerings, about 10% more. As I was already level 99 at the start of this, I've gone with the extra offerings. Every 100 Vale offerings allow you to rummage for rewards. There are the uniques of course, and of notable regular items you can get dirty arrow tips that can be cleaned into a range of tips. Blessed bone shards also drop, meaning that the activity does give prayer XP by proxy. Infused bark will help you with your forestry grind. Bird nests including coloured eggs, and a range of valuable seeds. Now the value of the seeds and arrow tips when cleaned scale with your fletching level, so consider saving your offerings and arrow tips to level 90 fletching. If you're desperate for the fletching knife, try opening every 10,000 offerings or at the end of the run to bank the rewards. If you're doing this, then locking your essentials will save you time at the bank. The fletching knife reduces consecutive fletching actions by 1 tick, speeding up training and shortening the fletching window while running here. The bowstring spool holds bowstrings, starting at 250 capacity, but can be expanded exponentially, maxing with 100,000 just with 6 used on each other. Bales of flax hold 25 flax each and stack, meaning you can AFK those crafting bowstrings until you fill that spool. Ent branches are used to craft atlatl darts, and if you're unlucky, like me, you can buy uniques using the research points that you get naturally whilst rummaging. So is it worth it? For mains, Vale Totems is a medium APM skilling alternative that trades click density for top tier fletching experience, whilst also making a tidy profit. And it's kind of actually engaging. For irons, it's a borderline home base. The knife and spool change how you train forever. Bales of flax solve string supply, and offerings drip feed useful skilling materials. I would say that this method is overpowered and makes fletching one of the easiest 99s in the game. You no longer need to bank stand for months. After my 12 hours, I got myself just over 4 mil fletching experience at 330,000 an hour, and a profit of about 3 mil, having spent 5 on logs. That gives a gold value of about $0.25 mil an hour. To have got 8 fletching knives over my 5 spools is quite unlucky for me, as I needed 6. But, as mentioned before, the research comes in clutch and I buy my last spool. That is of course a green log, so thank you for watching, please let me know what I should 12 hour next, and good luck and have fun.